rock stars, I lovers of fashion. On today's episode, we'll be having a lovely moment together. Are you having some challenges or difficulties on how to cut and sew? Then I'll tell you you are on the right channel. Just get your tools together and let's get into practical. To cut this style, this dress, or let me call it bubu snatch, you fold your fabric into two and take the measurement this way. When that's you take the length. I'm using the length for this project to fold the fabric. When you're done doing that, just fold it again to make it four pieces this way. And this is the open side of it. I'll be turning it to the other side just to make the folded parts to be at my side. You know, when you fold your fabric into to the edge of your African print, uh, you will take the measurement of your length and just fold it again to make it four. And this is what I get. I fold it, and this is the closed part of it, and this is the open part of it. It's just simple. That's the how to fold it, how to fold your fabric using your length measurement, the length you're using for this project. So that's my M at the down. So I'll be taking my iron to just to iron it down to lay it very well. And you can also use your pin to just pin everything down so it won't be moving. I'm ironing it because I want any folded parts, folded area in that fabric that comes with the fabric to lay. When I'm done doing that, I'll be taking 1 inch measurements at this upper side of my fabric all through, and I'll rule it. Why am I taking this 1 inch? Yeah, because I'll be needing it for the folding of my of the upper part of the neck, the shoulder, like that. I'll be needing to fold them in, to fold it in, to fold the fabric in. Since this project doesn't require lining, not using lining, so I'll need to fold it to steam it in. So that this is why I'm just taking this 1 inch measurement and I'm ruling it. When I'm done doing that, I'll be taking my neckline width. I repeat, neckline width, not the length. On this project, we don't need the length, the neckline length. We only need the width. So when I'm done doing that, I chalked it. When I'm done doing that, the way you see me doing from the edge here again, I'll be taking from the edge here, I'll be taking the shoulder divided, the shoulder measurement, and I'll mark it. To get your shoulder measurement, you know, as we do it, divided by 4, shoulder divided by, shoulder divided by 2, shoulder divided by 2, shoulder divided by 2, not 4. Then I'll mark it this way. Do you understand? This is the shoulder right now, and I've marked it. So from this shoulder divided by 2 that I marked, I'll be taking from that place, not from the beginning of the measurement of my side. From that marked area of my shoulder, I'll be taking the sleeve measurement, and I'll be adding 1.5 inch. You can add 1 inch. That's for the folding, to fold round sleeve inward this way. You can add 1 inch, 1 inch, 1.5, 2 inches as you desire. So from there, I'll be from my sleeve measurement. You know, I've added 1.5 inch to my sleeve measurement. To my sleeve measurement. This is the sleeve measurement I marked. So I'll be taking downward. I'll be taking it downward to mark it as well, just to I'll be marking my round sleeve. This is my round sleeve part. I've chalked it and I've marked it. So from that round sleeve part, you see that I took it from up down, the round sleeve. So I'll be going inward from my sleeve. I'll be going inward by from my round sleeve. I'll be going inward by 1 inch. Please don't forget, I went inward by 1 inch. So right now I'm taking my waistline measurement from the shoulder line. I'm taking my waistline measurement, that shoulder to the waistline, and I chalked it. So after chalking it, don't forget the chalk. That's the waistline. So from that waistline, from that waistline, I'll be going inward by 2 inch. I've just chalked my waistline this way. So when I chalked the waistline, I divided my from that waistline. I divided my waist circumference divided by 4, which I just chalked. You see it. So from that waistline divided by 4 that I chalked right now, I'll be going inward right now by 2. I hope you understand the explanation. From your waistline, just divide your waist circumference into four, mark it. From that marked line, go inward by two. So when I'm done doing that, whatever I get from that 2 inches that I went inward, whatever I get like this to my side, like this, then I'll take the measurement this way. The way, whatever I get here, I'll be taking it all through to the M line this way, the same way. Just why am I doing this here? Just to get a straight line this way. See what I'm doing right now. I'll be taking it not from the waist circumference divided by four that I chalked, from the 2 inches I went inward. Whatever I get from whatever when I chalked it, whatever I get to my side, to the starting of to the side where I start my measurement, I'll just take it bit by bit downward, and I mark them just to get a straight line, like I said. And you mark it this way. I'm marking it right now just to get a straight line. Why are we needing that straight line here? Because that would be where our gathers would be. Our ruched, the gathers. Let me just use the word gathers for you to understand. Where our gathers would be, for where the effects of that gathers would be. That's why we are ruling it down. So from the other side where I chalked my 1 inch in, from this side of that waistline, I'm just trying to get a straight line here to connect to get a straight line. That's why I'm taking the measurement of the fabric. That's the measurement of, where I went inward here by 1 inch at the armhole line, the round sleeve, where I went inward by 1 inch. I'm just trying to get a straight line. That's all I'm just doing now. So that is why I took measurement of from the beginning, from my side to the to where I chalked the 1 inch inward for my for my for my round sleeve, at my round sleeve side. So I'm just trying to get the straight line. Then when I get the straight line, I roll it down. So right now, just when you're done ruling that too, just to get your measurement for your bubu. So that's where I went inward by 1 inch. So from that side, you need to shape this side by taking you can use the free hand the way I'm using, and you can just go use place your tape the way I did just now, and just do it this way. Just go outward by half inch or one inch, and just cuff it this way. I hope you understand what I'm saying. I'm just trying to cuff it this way to get that bubu, the yeah, effect at the bubu armhole part, and for the side, just to cuff it this way. Just cuff it this way to your round sleeve, to where you chalked as your 1 inch fold for your round sleeve, for your armhole and for your round sleeve. Just cuff it this way. When I'm done cuffing it, I'll come up to this. You remember we took 1 inch downward from the beginning of our fabric. We took our marginal line. From our marginal line, just take 1 inch downward. That's from your shoulder part. Take 1 inch downward and just connect it to your neckline width. When you're done doing that, follow that slant, that shoulder slope, and just take measurement of 1 inch or through. Do you understand what I'm saying? Just take 1 inch or through. And also do that to your neckline to 1 inch or through. But at the slope area, this shoulder slant, make sure you follow that slant. Take 1 inch, rule it all through, and that is it. Just cut it out and cut that side. And your just cut everything, your arm, your round sleeve, your sleeve, and everything. Right now, I'm just taking 4 inch. I am taking 3 inch wide, and the length of that line where we said the gathers will be. From that line, take it your measurement downward of that line where the gathers will be, and just make sure the length of what you're cutting out here will be the length of what you measured there. And the wideness I used was 3 inches, which I'll be folding for where to pass the rope for my gathers. And right now and I also folded another fabric for my belt, which To get your belt, just fold your fabric into four, divide your waist into divided by 4 and add 10 or 11 inches, and you cut it out. That will also be for your what is it called, for your belt, inner belt that you use to snatch it together. So right now I'm just trying to cut 1.5 inch, 1.5 inch for my rope that I'll pass through for my gathers. This is 1.5 inch that I'm just trying to get out of the fabric. And the rope will also be twice the length. Each rope, you need 2 rope, but it will be, one rope will be twice the length of where you chalked at your waistline. Where you chalked, you went inward at your waistline. You remember, you went inward by 2 inches, and you mark all through down. So whatever you mark all through down, that straight line you marked while we were cutting the on the fabric, is what you take the measurement and you do times 2 of it. Times 2 of it is what you use to get your rope, or you just take um just take times 2 to be on the safer side, and you times 2 will be for, that is whatever measurement you get, times it by 2, and cut let the white cut it out of your fabric, but the wideness will be 1.5, and which will be for the rope, that is for one rope. So when I'm done doing that on the table, come to your machine. This is the rope. You can see how long, just to be on a safer side. This is the rope. I make it so long, so long. That is the straight line at that waist line that I went inward. Again, let me explain that. I went inward by 2, and I chalked the chalk part downward. I just double it by 2. When I took the measure, I went to take the measurements, and I did it by 2. So this is the belt, which is 4 inches wide. The belt that I'll use to snatch it, the inner belt that I'll use to snatch it. If my client needs to snatch it or leave it as boo, you can rock it anyhow. So this will be for this is the 3 inches wideness that I was telling you. These pieces is what I'm just trying to explain to you how I got all these pieces. This one is for where the those rope we pass through. This will be sewing it on the fabric, but I'll show you now. This is 3 inches wideness, 3 inches wide, because I'll be folding half inch on on my design, on that line, that straight line that I went, the part that I went 2 inches inward at the waistline, downward. This I'll be sewing it on it. And I'll to sew it, just use your iron to fold ½ inch at both sides of it. Then you come to your table. So this is the main the fabric which we just cut, the bubu we just cut, the threads that we cut, the down part. To start your sewing, just sew the down part. You might, to me, I added like 1.5 inch for the folding, or 1 inch, I think. But you can, that's for the end part, for the after the length of your bubu. When you, before you start the cutting, when you are folding it, don't forget to add your emi. When I'm done doing that, I'll show you. That is when you take the measurement of your fabric with the length you're using. Add what you want to fold in. So when I was done doing that anyway, I folded it inward, the down part of both the front and the back. When I was done doing that, you come to the round sleeve part. You just fold it. You fold it and sew. All this folding, you have to sew it. I sewed the armhole part by 1 inch. You know, I added 1 inch for my folding. Don't forget, while we were cutting. So I just sewed the 1 inch inward to the wrong side, from the right side to the wrong side. I sew it this way. That's the armhole side. When I was done doing it at both side of both armhole, for the front and the back, right now you remember this chalk part. I'm going back to it right now, where I went inward by 2 inches. So because it's I don't want to chalk it too much, not to make the chalk show. So I have to be chalking it again just for this tutorial, for you to remember the part we went inward by 2 inches from the waistline, well, from the waist circumference divided by 4, where we went 2 inches inward. So you remember this piece of fabric that I cut 3 inches wide that I just said now, and I said you use your iron to fold it each side by half inch. So at the upper side of it to fold it a little bit, and we'll be sewing it this way. You sew the side, both side you sew it. I'm just trying to use pin to pin it down. This is either you are professional or you're just starting or learning. You have to use your pin to pin it down so it won't just shift. This doesn't matter if you're a professional. Follow that line. And when you iron it, when you are done folding both sides with your iron, fold it again on your table while ironing to give you the center part of this piece. So the center part, you follow the center part of it to be equal with the what you chalk downward there. When you are done doing that, sew the side, both side, and that line, that middle that your iron gave you, that middle part of this piece, just so I have not sew it down here, but I'm just trying to do the tutorial so I can do other things, do what I want to do. So you sew the both side and you sew the middle part of it. When you're done doing that, you sewed your belt. You fold the fabric you've cut by 4 inches wide. You just fold it and sew it. When you're done sewing it, you tack it in the side where you chalked as your waistline. Both you chalk it. So when you're done doing that, how to get the other side of your fabric to get the waistline is you just use your pin while you were cutting. When you chalk the waistline divided by 4, where you chalk for that part, just use your pin to pin it to give you that effect at the other side at the back side of it's front and back we cut together to get the back side of the back side of your design of your bubu. So you just chop that too. You know how to go around about that. Just to get the actual waistline for that back side. When you're done doing that, I used my safety pin to pass the 1 inch that I cut the other time, 1 inch for the rope. I just pass all the rope inside. Then I'm using my pin to hold the two rope. Creating this, when you're done doing that 3 inches fold on that straight line at the 2 inches inward, the straight line that you sew both side and the middle, you now have two parts to pass your rope. So I just put my safety pin and pass the second one too for the rope. When I got to the upper side of it, of that, where the gathers will start, where the gathers start from at the 2 inches inward that I sew, that thing that I created, this effect that I create. When I'm done at this side too, I'll use pin to hold it. Both I'll hold it because I'll be stitching this part. I'll hold it so your rope will not come out of it, and you won't be getting too much stressed. So just stitch that part at the upper side so it won't remove. When you're done doing that, sew down this part of sew your sleeve and the side of this is the sleeve. You sew the side of your bubu, and you see I joined the shoulder. That's the shoulder. You sew the side. This is the side, and the other one I showed you just now is the shoulder. You sew the shoulder, join the shoulder, the slanted shoulder and the side, and you will be getting your round sleeve this way. This is where the arm will come out from after sewing the side of it. And this is the shoulders, this the shoulder, the sleeve, and the side. When you are done doing that, you're done. This is the side. If you want to add pocket to it, it's fine. You can check my previous videos on how to add pockets. Then you add your pocket to it. So when you're done doing that, don't before you finish, don't sew this neck. Just leave it. So when you're done sewing the side, joining the shoulder slope, the side, you will have something like this. So to sew the neck, this is optional to you. You can just fold it inward this way, following the 1 inch you added. Please don't let it be more than or not up to 1 inch. It won't give you a good effect. Follow the 1 inch you added at the top while cutting. Just fold it and sew it down. But because I don't want the seam to show, that's the sewing to show, I had to just fold it with iron this way. Of course, you fold it with iron too if you have to just sew it. Use your machine to sew it, and use your machine to sew it. But I just used my, what is it called? I placed my gum, what is it called? I forgot it. Sorry, this gums, what is it called? My M gum. I just placed my M gum on it, and I went to my iron to just fold that 1 inch on it. Just the way you have to sew it. If you have to sew it, you fold it a little bit, half inch, then you fold it again. But everything has to be 1 inch altogether. So I just placed my M gum on it to give it a very nice and unique effect. So when I just iron it on it, and it will gum when you iron it. When I was done, use like 2 or 3 layers of that M gum. When I'm done doing it, I just hem it with my hand needle and thread, and you can just leave it. But because if my client is washing it, there shouldn't be any problem losing, so I just aim it. So that's the end of this tutorial. So I hope you enjoyed the tutorial, and I can't wait to see your own practicals. So this is the outcome of it. See, look at how gorgeous it is. You can imagine you rocking this out. It will be so lovely. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and we're also on Facebook at Rockcabour Culture, also on Instagram. Please, style with RC on Instagram. So see you on my next video. Bye.